Alright. Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm gonna go over these boots that I got recently. These are my Truman boots in China Blue Waxy Commander. And this is a pair that I never imagined I'd be getting, much less this is a pair I never even imagined existed to begin with because I had never heard of Waxy Commander leather before. When I saw the images of this on the Truman Instagram, I was blown away by that light powder blue color. I looked at it for weeks. And in fact, I screenshotted it because I just wanted to keep looking at it. I was so fascinated by the leather. It's so cool looking. I didn't need these boots, but I just wanted them really bad. I held off buying it for a while because I keep telling myself that I'm done buying boots and that I have an ample enough rotation now to stop. But then I see something like this that I've just never seen before, and it captivates me so much, so then, you know, I went ahead and put in an order for it. The leather is very unique. It's considered a micro suede. It's from one of my favorite tanneries, the Charles F. Stead Tannery in the UK. In my opinion, they make some of the best suede that I've ever experienced. Most all my suede boots and shoes are sourced, the leather is sourced from Charles F. Stead. I love that tannery. I follow them on Instagram. I even go to their website sometimes to look at their descriptions of the leathers that they sell because from what I can tell, anybody could buy their leather. You don't have to be a boot maker or a leather worker to buy this stuff. I assume it is kind of expensive, but you could go on there and shop around and look at what they have. I'll actually read the description from their website to get things started about what they say about Waxy Commander in general, because Waxy Commander comes in a lot of different colors. It's not just this China blue or this powder blue color. It comes in, I've seen it offered on the Truman website in, it's called an off blue. It looks kind of like a gray color. Black Waxy Commander. The point is, Waxy Commander comes in a lot of different colors. So I'll read off the Charles F. Stead website. It says, "This is a rugged fashion leather with a character all of its own. We used our original tannage, which is designed to shrink the fiber structure by 25% in order to create an appearance which, after impregnation with our blend of waxes, is unique. The tight fiber structure prevents any opening or stretching over the toe. Our traditional rich dyings work with the waxes during wear to produce a wonderful combination of natural texture and color. Fully waterproof and Gore-Tex compatible." Wow, that's really cool. That's what Charles F. Stead has to say about it. And then I'll also read off the Truman website because Vince always gives his own take on the leather, which I always find very interesting. He knows what he's doing. He's an expert, and I always enjoy reading his evaluations of the leather. So he says that this is a smooth, shrunken fiber leather providing a tight, consistent appearance throughout. Finished in the tanning process with a wax. This leather is fully waterproof, making it great workwear and lifestyle leather for boots. Whenever I handle this, I'm just so fascinated by it. If I had to compare this leather to any other leather in my collection, it wouldn't be suede because it is waxy. I would say that it feels more like reverse tobacco chamois or like a waxed rough out. You could tell it's a suede when you look at it, but when you feel it, it doesn't quite feel like suede. It's just such a cool leather, and it's got a really cool smell to it as well. It smells like a new car almost, if that makes sense. And as you can see here, it's welted with the signature Truman stitch down welt, which is very nice, a very attractive welt. I actually requested that they build this pair with the collapsed toe, with the unstructured toe, because I just prefer the unstructured. It fits me so much better. I don't prefer it for the looks so much as I just find that it fits my foot so much better. I do have some Trumans in the structured toe, and I love those. Another thing that really makes this specific boot very attractive, in my opinion, are the gold eyelets. These gold eyelets contrast against the powder blue leather so nicely. And in addition to that, the rawhide leather laces that these came with just really set it off. Really make it just such an attractive boot. And on the inside of the boot, it's the same color as the outside. So this color seems to be pretty uniform throughout, that powder blue color. We also have, these are built with Dynite soles, which are some of my favorite soles. It's like the halfway point between a commando sole and a dress sole. You get the studded rubber on the bottom, which is just enough to prevent some slippage, but then it's not got the jagged teeth that the Commando sole has, which I do love the Commando sole, but the Dynite sole for me is like just the perfect middle ground of a sole. There is one thing I wanted to note. Somebody on my Instagram was actually talking about this, and I didn't really even realize it, but he pointed it out because this kind of bothered him. He has the same pair of boots. So I'll take the laces off here. I don't know if you can see, but there is some stainage going on from the laces, and it does that on both boots actually. This is not something that bothers me at all. Again, these are boots. You wear them outside, you walk through the dirt in these. This isn't like a sports car or anything. This isn't something that you necessarily want to keep in pristine condition. My philosophy on it is I'm going to take care of them, but I also want to wear them so that they become mine. Because when you wear them and you incorporate them into your lifestyle, they become yours. You know, you buy the boot and you could own the boot, but in my opinion, the boot's not really yours until you earn it through a lot of wear, a lot of love, just living in them. You go on different adventures in these boots, they become part of you in a sense. And that to me is really when you earn the boot. That's sort of a long-winded way of saying that these stains from the laces, I don't even think that they're necessarily stains, because if you really wanted to get those out, you could. That does not bother me remotely. I think it's actually really cool that that's happening. But then again, I like patina. I like watching how things patina. I like seeing how my lifestyle affects the leather. It's all part of experiencing the boot, in my opinion. And not to mention, from a purely aesthetic purpose, if you were worried about that, the markings that the laces leave behind are covered up by the laces already. So it's not like something that you'd really have to be too concerned about. If you really don't want that happening, you could just throw in some cotton laces, which these would look awesome with some round brown cotton laces. It would look fantastic with those. But I do prefer leather laces. That's just my preference. I love the way leather laces look. I love the way that they're a darker brown on one side and then you turn it and it's a lighter brown. I like the contrast exactly the same way that I like the contrast between the blue here and the sole. In my day-to-day life, I like to wear stuff that's more vibrant, more interesting, and stuff that more kind of draws attention to itself a little bit more, stuff that's pleasing to look at. And I feel like it doesn't get any more pleasing than this to look at this. I mean, this is such just a hell of a makeup. One thing I'll mention is I bought these before Truman started doing their Goodyear welt. The Goodyear welted boots, actually that shaves about $100 off the price. I kind of wish I'd waited, because I would have liked to have these in a Goodyear welt, especially if it would have saved me some money. I'm not so concerned about the look of the welt itself as I am with the upper. The upper, the sole, and the eyelets are all things that I take more into account when it comes to purchasing a boot. The welt so much is sort of my fifth or sixth concern. It's lower on my priority list. My philosophy on that is if I could have got these $100 cheaper, I would have, and I would have gotten the Goodyear welt, because I think the Truman Goodyear welt, their Storm welt, looks really good. And to my knowledge, it's actually quite easier to resole a Goodyear welt than it is to resole a stitch down. Apparently stitch down, oddly enough, it doesn't look like it would be harder to resole, but apparently it's very difficult to resole a stitch down welted boot. So taking that into consideration, that's what I would recommend. I would recommend going for the Goodyear welt over the stitch down in that regard. Now, that's not to say I'm not happy that I have stitch down boots. I think stitch down looks good. It's just, given the other factors, I'd prefer the Goodyear welt. These are definitely boots that catch people's eyes. I get a lot of people asking me about where I got them, and they notice them. As far as versatility goes, I was blown away by how versatile they were. I don't like to stack the same colors on top of each other, I'll say. I don't typically go with like my navy leather boots. I don't typically combine that with denim, with like a dark denim. But in this case, since the blue is so off, these look fantastic with denim, actually. They look incredible with a dark blue denim. Not to mention, they go very well with my corduroy pants. They go very well with chinos. Basically, if the pants are dark, if they're dark blue or black, these look fantastic with those. I have also worn these with browns, with dark browns, light browns. The only thing I wouldn't wear these with would be like with a medium or a light wash denim. The blue in the boots would be very close to the blue in the denims. It's not hard to pair these with pants is kind of what I'm trying to say. And then as far as the belt goes, I thought it would be kind of difficult figuring out what belt to wear with these. Isaac from Pigeon Tree Crafting, he told me to use my dark Havana Sedgwick double prong belt. The brass buckle and the golden eyelets here, just, they match so well. The brown in the dark Havana Sedgwick belt matches the brown in the leather laces. It's a phenomenal belt to pair with these. It's an odd pairing, but it works so well, if that makes sense. It's an unconventional leather. I always feel so cool when I wear these. They're just so unique. They're a fun color, and they're a fun boot to wear. And when I'm not feeling too conservative, when I want to wear something fun, I throw these on, and it's fun. That's all I really have to say right now about these boots. I do plan to make a follow-up video when I really beat these up, probably a few years down the road, when these really have a really unique patina going on. I've been wearing these for I got these about 4 or 5 months ago. They don't have that much wear on them yet, but I'm really excited to see how these age. If you want to see how these age, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting a lot of pictures of these. My username is AeroSurferLV, and feel free to comment below any questions you might have about these or any suggestions that you might have of how I could best develop the patina on these boots, because I'm curious too. I'm learning here too. So anyways, that's all I have to say about that, and thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.